Hi, greetings to my YouTube family and friends, and welcome to another one of my YouTube videos where I try to just talk about stuff. So, my last YouTube video was about homeschooling nightmares. So, basically, what I did was I had to figure out how to be engaging with my child while he's homeschooling. Um, I talked about this on my Facebook page. A lot of times, students have one parent households or they don't have a lot of access to adult help. So, in these events, when children are in one parent households and they don't have a lot of access to adult help, they often will have trouble um, getting their work done. Here's some homeschooling mistakes I've made, and I talked about the homeschooling mistakes I made. One of the mistakes I made was I assumed he was going to school. So what I did was I allowed him to go and isolate himself in a private part of the apartment and work that way. It was much different than last year. Last year, um, basically, he got online when he wanted to, and he did the work granted to him as he wanted to. Um, this year, he is required to meet in Zoom classes and he's required to complete work during school, something I did not know. So I'm just going on his class and I'm just trying to complete whatever was on his class sheet, which is a completely different experience than last year, where I go on his class sheet, do what the teacher said, and then his work is done. So these are things that I'm working out and I'm challenging. I did work them out. Today was a lot more smoother. It was a lot more easier. One of the things that I did to work things out is instead of using an HMDI cord for Chromebooks, that's a very challenging thing to do. You can't use a HMDI cord for Chromebooks, um, even though they work because I've made them work. It's a challenge. You every single day you have to config you basically have to set up the Chromebook to mirror to your television. So we went out and we got something called a Chromecast. And this Chromecast is allowing us to be more effective and more efficient in mirroring whatever images we need to our television set. So now we can mirror things and we can now see what he's doing, the work he's doing. So he's not sitting there anymore in front of us pretending to do his work. He now has to be engaged with the class. He now has to do his work. And I would recommend a lot of parents do that. Instead of letting your kids sit on a laptop alone by themselves, um, trying to figure things out, take advantage of the fact that they're home. Take advantage that you can put 2 cents in, that you can encourage them, that you can help keep them engaged, that you can give them directions to help keep them engaged. And that's the way we figured out how to uh, encourage our kid to stay engaged. Every child is not an AP student. Every child is not the best student. Every child is not on their way to being a valedictorian. You have your high excellent students, you have your average students, and then you have your below average students. And so you, for each child, for your situation, these are things that can help you um, give your child a better homeschooling experience. The second thing that I did was um, I gave him instructions. We fought like cats and dogs for this whole week because he wanted to tell me what to do. It's his classroom, his teachers, his classmates. So he feels like he can tell me whatever he needs to tell me, um, in any way in which he wants to tell me. And he doesn't understand I'm trying to learn stuff too. I can't be bossed around by a little kid. So you're going to have to set some ground rules, whereas, these are the rules of the household. Yes, the teacher is in charge, but you need to answer questions and you need to also listen to me. Because I'm the grown up, it's still my house. It may be your classroom, but it's still my house. So you have to lay down the law and you have to let your kid know it's your classroom, but it's my house. So those are the things that I accomplished and I achieved today. And today went a lot more easier simply by going out, buying that tool, and putting it up into our house. And now we can now easily cast everything onto a bigger screen, and we can now be engaged too in his learning experience. So it puts you in the classroom. It makes you a better helper with the teacher. I think it makes you a better helper with the teacher. So these are things that I think that you should try to do. Um, the second thing is I try to get my son to sit in the space that I am now. I try to make this our computer space. Um, he doesn't like it because of the glare in the back. He doesn't like the glare that comes in the back of the background. So he opts to sit in other places of the house. So I'm going to have to work that out because I don't really want him sitting anywhere in the house. I would really rather have him sitting right here in this space, which we designate as our computer space. So that's another challenge, but that's another challenge for another day. We worked on the things that we needed to work on. As a matter of fact, while I'm live streaming this, I want to see something real quick because he has to do something in class, and I want to see how this works out. It's okay. Okay, that was just for my own personal benefit. But again, like I said, you have to just work out things. And this is what I was also saying. There's a lot of people who have people in their household who, might embarrass you by walking out not properly dressed, or, not dressed the way you would like your uh, class to see, and at privacy level, of the house. So I recommend, and this is a strong recommendation, find a corner in your house, a corner in your house where no matter what happens in your house, nobody's going to get a screenshot of your camera. And that basically means find a wall, a window, or, yeah, he is right. If you move around, he's got a point. Okay, he's got a point. That you can use to so nobody sees the traffic going on in your house. You want people to be free in your house. You want people to be happy in your house. And everybody doesn't have to know everything that's going on in your house. Don't set up the computer screen where everybody sees traffic coming and going and coming. You have walls in your house. Pick a wall. Another thing is, I've said, is get headphones. So if you have kids more than one room doing stuff, get your children headphones, because therefore they can stay engaged, they can stay focused on the screen just like I'm staying focused on the screen, and they can be involved in their class, and everything can be going on around them, and the class doesn't have to hear about it. My family is pretty disciplined. I'm pretty lucky. So everybody stays out my son's way when we're in the common area. So, but still, you want people to be able to go to the refrigerator. You want people to be able to go to, get something out of the kitchen. You want people to be able to go to the bathroom freely. You want people to move around your freely. So you know what? Find a wall and put that camera against that wall. Decorate a specific wall. I'm about to change some decorations in my house because although my house is personable for me, um, I love kids. I have always loved kids, and I always think of the quality of kids. So I'm going to put some decorative items up where my son prefers to sit that's more educational suited. It's not a big deal. Just more more educational suited. So more instead of personable, because he's in class. Although he's at home, I feel like your office, wherever you decide to put your office at, and that's how I think of his classroom experience, as his personal office. You should have a good office atmosphere. So I want to take down some of the more personable atmosphere that's in my house and put up some more professional office atmosphere in my house where his camera is going to hit. And that's another thing. Prop your corner. Prop your corner to represent who you are in public. Prop your corner. If you like flowers in public and you're a flowery person, prop your corner. Get some flowers. Put some flowers on each side of yourself. If you're plain and ordinary like me, and you just like something plain and ordinary in your background, just some pretty fabric or colors, prop your background. It is your background. Um, these are things that you can do to make your homeschooling experience a lot more fun, a lot more comfortable even for you, and a lot more comfortable for everybody in your household. So these are my pointers. These are things that I've thought about, things that I'm in the middle of doing too, because everybody's on camera. Um, and if you take any of my advice, um, tell me what you did. How did it work? Did it make your household more comfortable? Did it make everyone in your household more comfortable? So just tell me, you know, what you did in the comment section. Hugs and kisses and well wishes. Mwah.